Greetings, 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 everyone. This is Kev, and once again, this is BMBBH, and the topic for tonight is hope is a four-letter word in this space. Just avid viewer of some of these content creators, maybe not so avid. Just wondering what a lot of us have against this word that we call hope, because I do believe that many content creators in this space come from many different angles, and the sometimes the information is useful, sometimes the information isn't. A lot of it isn't original, but some of us know how to use this information better than others. But anyway, is sometimes I do bring myself into believing through personal observation that some of us are just fighting the wrong thing. I'm not saying that you should co-sign with anyone's ideology. That is totally your choice. But um, what is this thing about some of you have against this, you know, hope or, hope preaching? Because I'm just like you. I do believe that hope preaching itself is false, but only in the literal sense that if it's actually preaching about hope with no tangibility. So I get that. I get that. But what are all these people making you hope for? That you are so angry with a certain group of guys that always are nameless when you mention these hope preachers that have, I don't know, racked the manosphere, so to speak, with their dialogue of, maybe these women will come back to the table or something like that. Because all of this coincides when people say words like hope. Then it goes back to what a lot of these guys feel is wrong with the space, and what they feel is wrong with the space is that the women are discussed too much. That we should be discussing tangibility, and I get that, but I don't know. I think that's just a hypocritical standpoint at the end of the day because I see what a lot of you are entertained by. And I mean that's my subjective opinion, but let's keep it absolutely real. Let's keep it brutally honest. This is what you guys do. Not being accusatory. I mean, is your personal choice, but at the same time, is like don't. And I don't do this. I'm pretty consistent with the way I act on this channel and the way I act in other spaces. I just kind of am a bit cautious when I'm in this space right here in my space, because if any content creator would want to be careful with the content of their channel and the rhetoric that they spew, because people, sometimes you can lose your channel. You have to be careful, but what I try to do is a consistency. If I'm going to have a stance in this spot right here, that's my stance in every spot that I go to. And it's just like I just see it, and I'm sure that a lot of you intelligent people out there, you see it as well. You know what I'm saying? It's being consistent. So if a black man, especially a black man in this space, however you want to label us, ADOS, melanated, male gender type that is melanated, however you want to label us, we of all people, we black men of all people should always have a voice. And wherever our concerns lie, they should be voiced, whether it's at community level, which, some of y'all don't believe that there's a community. So that's why y'all abandoned the Hope Talk. And let's just be honest about this. You guys are only saying this shit because you failed at a relationship. Yeah, it's just don't take away everybody else's optimism just because you've done poorly. Like, and when I say guys, it's not necessarily always male; it's female as well. So, but if it's hitting you in the chest, then it might be you that I'm talking about. And I get it, how really super tough it is for the black man. But you got to understand that how much of that are you making? Excuse me, sorry. Oh, good. Uh, how tough you are making it on yourself, not taking advantage of opportunities instead of just sitting up there yammering about what happened. We're defined by how we move forward. So if someone wants to have any ray of hope for their lives, there's no use in trying to take that away by making fun of that motherfucker, because it's like at the end of the day, that person stands to make you look like a fool. Yeah. Not trying to be overly dramatic with it though. I just want you guys to understand that you are allowed to hope. It's like, what else are you gonna do? Things look pretty dismal. And whether it, if it, whoever's fault it is, if you want to make damn sure that you know that it's the boomers' fault, sprinkled in with a little Generation X, because I mean, Generation X, we were dealt this hand. But I believe every one of them, everyone from Boomer, everyone from Generation X, a lot of millennials, we're doing great things. And as long as you're living and breathing, as long as you have full functionality of your body parts, you have a chance to do something with yourself. Yeah, I guess that's what y'all call hope preaching. You know, even if you're slightly unhealthy and every time you walk up a flight of stairs you get tired. I mean, shit. I'm telling you, you can lose weight or do some push-ups. That makes me a wrong person in a lot of these guys' eyes, and I do understand that because there's this thing called reality. That no matter how much you hope, that reality is right there. But people preach about changing your realities all the time. Hell, and I don't like to bring up other groups, but shit, it's like if you see a white man on an infomercial in a suit saying you can change your reality, a lot of you would investigate the same ones that come to this space and say, hey guys, you don't encourage these motherfuckers. They're losers. The same ones be listening to a white guy in a suit. Tell him something. All I try to let y'all know that I'm just like any of you guys. We're all different. We come from different walks of life. We have different names, but at the same time, we're all just alike. Not that anyone owes anybody anything for that. So, what has this so-called quote unquote hope preaching costed the space, costed you as a person? What were you hoping for? Why are you so angry? There's plenty of people that spew plenty of things around here. I heard a young man the other day, and I have to refer to everybody as young. I'm pretty much at the age where, well, a lot of you guys are young. Most of you maybe. I mean, I get an older crowd, and I respect those guys. When I poke at boomers, when I poke at millennials, it's all in fun. But there was a young man like was sitting up there talking about these guys around here trying to sell us hope, and just let it, like he was talking like these guys were the devil themselves. And my thought process was, I mean, and I got respect for anybody that gets on a mic and express their views. When I disagree with somebody, I'm not telling them they can't do that. But it's like, that's bullshit. Because there are plenty of people that say plenty of things. And I'm not pocket watching, but plenty of people get plenty of money for that shit. And I mean, whether I think it's total BS or not, whether you think it's total BS or not, there's plenty of people selling a lot of shit. And I think someone that the quote unquote is selling hope is the least of it. It does not make any goddamn sense. Every time a black man tries to encourage another black man, somebody got a fucking problem about it. It just it's ridiculous. Black men should be encouraging black men. Shit, we all we got at this point. Shit, have you seen a lot of the stuff that goes on? So a lot of things being said about black men. A lot of black men aren't paying attention, which is good and bad. But a lot of us are. It's literally put black men in a state of despair. I mean, shit. It's like, yeah, there's people that preach despair, and I don't know what the fuck or why the fuck they're coming from that position. I think those guys are weird, but I think I'm in the minority. Oh man, fuck it. The community is gone. Goddamn. Why y'all still loyal to this community? It's over with. Boo 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 boo. And then, had a nerve to ask me, "Oh, how, Kevin? How would you fix it, huh? How would I fix it?" You know what I do? I just sit down and watch fucking TV. That's what I would do to fix it. And if everybody did what the fuck I did, mind their own goddamn business and focus on leveling up, shit, then people will come outside and make more goddamn sense. But hey, you know what? Can't save them all. That doesn't mean the community is dead. That doesn't mean that I can't have no hope that, my daughter will be in a better environment than me. Shit. She's still pretty young, so we got time. Shit. If you want to leave the community, leave. Leave. Don't be mad at me if you think that's productive. People leave all the time. People literally leave the goddamn community all the time. Is not something that started happening in 2021. That's where a lot of you young folks got it messed up at. You think everything happened 2 and 3 years ago. No, this has been going on for quite some time. And if you are in a state of despair about it, then shit, maybe you just don't have the innards to hang. I wish everyone success. Even my lower tier enemies, my upper tier enemies, fuck you guys. And it's not very many of them because I'm a cool guy. Shit, what can I say? I have that kind of personality. Sometimes. Other times I act like this old angry ass ranting uncle. I'm at the uncle age. Not the uncle that B1 talks about. but the guy that tries to give you a little bit of advice, and if you don't take the advice, you can't say the old nigga led you down the wrong road. That's another complaint. I listen to all of this stuff. And I like to address it. If y'all gonna sit up there and talk about old niggas, niggas over 40, niggas over 50, address it with them. Shit. Tell me I gotta go. Show me the door. But hey, you know what? I gotta walk through it. I gotta make that decision. And I gotta look at you and see if you are the one that are worthy of making that decision. And then I go start my own party somewhere else. So hey, long live the habitual line steppers. But like I think that it is gonna be. I get it. I think that the having a position against hope is just a dumbass position. I really think it is. Yeah, it's like let me put it to you like this. Let me put it to you like this. A lot of our parents, we grew up. We grew up in the church. We grew up in spirituality. We grew up believing that there's a God in the sky that sent His only Son to die a brutal, violent death to show us there was hope in our existence. Get it, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Whether you believe that to be true or not, when you sit there, don't ever sit there and wait for something like that. What one thing that you can break down about institutions like that is why are they not telling people to do the best they can and make the best decisions while they're here on this planet, on this physical plane, just to make the transition easier. You know, if you want to be mad at the people preaching hope, hey, maybe you need to start in them brick houses that have congregations that meet up every Sunday. I'm not saying that they're not on to something. All I'm saying is, why don't we start, uh, asking these hope preachers questions? Because I don't think that there are any preachers in the space at all. I don't think there are any preachers in the space. And all these hope preachers at all these game guys and all these old wannabe cool kids, some still sitting at smaller tables. For all this, they keep saying these guys, they never given any fucking names out. And if I've done a hope broadcast, I'm sorry. I guess you listened. But what I'm saying, and I'm just gonna keep reinforcing this message right here. There's plenty of people that say plenty of bullshit. You could probably say that I've done broadcasts that are the same. But, remember this, a lot of people's bullshit is better than a lot of people's best. I ought to make that into a t shirt. My bullshit is better than your best. I can't say the names of who those people are. Shit. But, you have to believe that. You have to believe in yourself. You have to hope in yourself. And you know what? You don't need me to tell you that. You don't need anyone to tell you that shit. But to criticize the move. Oh, boy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What did any of these guys make you hope for? What did any of these guys in this manosphere or any of these spaces, what did they make you hope for? Did they make you hope that you were going to get a wife, you were going to have some kids, and the family dog was going to be activated or whatever? Yeah, y'all gonna call me a dumb one for that, but I'm being totally sarcastic. I had to learn one of the cruelest lessons is like you 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 have to affect your own outcomes. If maybe a lot of a lot of us just aren't built for certain things. I get it. I get it. And it must be a letdown if you were told to do it one way and it didn't work. One thing that I had to learn myself is I had to stop listening to people that didn't really weren't the experts or didn't really have a real grip on what I needed from them. Like, the advice that would have fit the situation. And I'll be the first one to tell any of you young guys that might feel slighted, you know, it's okay to feel that way. If someone shot you some bullshit and then it didn't work and it might have costed you, which, you know, at the end of the day is on you. It's on you that you listen to that person. And at the end of the day, I mean, shit. I always say, hey, you know what? Take what I say with a grain of salt. Shit. Sometimes I'm kid. Sometimes I kid around when I talk uh on this channel. Sometimes I'm serious. Hopefully, you can separate it. Or if you need further clarification, there's that chat. Type something in the chat. And the chat, y'all been pretty good. Yeah, I see y'all down there. But anyway, the topic, hope is a four-letter word in this space. And you know, this is like this is a complaint that goes up. You know, I mean, I can halfway understand what you guys are talking about. I mean, if I were to think on people like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, I would definitely be like, okay, you know, is if that's in the vein of what you're talking about. But you know, guys in this space, I don't really think they're preachers. I think that some people are just here for entertainment purposes, and I mean like or edutainment, or you know, to because you know this crazy little idea, they really care about what's going on. I mean, if you want to live a dismal existence, live a dismal existence. I mean, shit. Just like I said, don't get make sure the rope ain't too thick so it'll snap when you dangle off of it. It's just, you know, let's talk like that for a second. Oh, I see you down there, Shaka Nulu, Blade Bright, Officer Faulkner. What's going on? I would do a woo, but something wrong with my voice. So I'll just leave that to you. You're the king of that. So anyway, like I said, just I don't like this concept of hope preaching. I mean, it's just like anything else. If you don't like it, like turn from it. Go to your favorite content creator. Shit, there's plenty in the manosphere. I mean, you guys are pretty much in other places. Shit, it's cool. It's like this is a like a nice, comfy little space full of ideas. You can co-sign with any of the ideas. But if you think it's over for the community, I mean, I understand. I understand. I'm not going to try to convince you that it's not over with, because it's obviously over with you. If it's over with you, it's over with in your world. You know, I can only okay, pun intended on this one. I can only hope for better. I mean, I get it. You know, there's some trauma behind feeling that way too. You know, I know a bitch named Hope as well. I'm like, she was a real one too. I was like, God damn. It's like y'all done took the names Hope and Grace out for me. I used to date a girl named Grace. That shit was ridiculous. Shit. Niggas like Hawkeye. I mean, if you look at my thumbnail, don't do that. Don't give me hope. It's like, okay, you gotta take it. Shit. But I don't know. I don't know if, and I don't know if I'm a hope preacher. Am I classified as a hope preacher or something like that? It's like I hope not. But if you people want to classify me as that, there's things that I just cannot control. I'll put it to you that way. I cannot control those things. What I have to do is talk to people on a level where they understand, like that doesn't have me appear to throw off this impression that I think I'm smarter than everyone else. Because when people say that shit, that's what the impression is. You think you're smarter than everyone else. And some of you guys are pretty intelligent. I have to say, for the intelligence level that I believe that existed in the space, which I set that very high. I'm not saying that the space is dumb like everyone else is. Y'all just dumb. All y'all do is complain about women, blah blah blah. They're very intelligent men in the space, very productive, very well spoken, well carried individuals in the space. From what I hear, the Manosphere meetup was a success, and I'm glad to hear that. I really am, because I wanted it to work. Not for the naysayers. You don't do everything for the naysayers. Because naysayers, all they can do, if they all they can do is naysay, they look stupid anyway, and end up with looking even dumber. Now we had a couple of big naysayers. I'm not gonna say who they are, but they got caught with their pants down. That's just metaphorically, and now they don't know up from down and how to approach their content because they went with this whole manosphere, this blah blah blah, and then someone more evil than them came through and fucked them up. That's why I say, y'all gotta be authentic. Even if you are preaching hope, preach authentic hope. If you're talking about crypto, thanks for helping brothers make money. Shit, we need more of that. If you're talking about how to get people into careers or forward motion as far as inserting ourselves into the political arena, that's going to give people hope. That's going to give men hope. And black men need hope. I'm sorry. What motherfucker wake up every goddamn morning? What motherfucker wake up every goddamn morning and say, "Oh God, ain't no hope. Shit, let me wake up and be a productive man and it be about all this business and stuff." Shit, you need. I'm sorry, black man. You need a little. You need something. We need some shit. Motivation. You know. I wish there wasn't. I mean, I would hope that there wasn't so much Highlander complex among black men. This HNIC complex. I would hope there wasn't so much of that, but it is. It's okay to name names, yeah, but I mean, I already said B1. They're a pretty easy target, believe it or not. I mean, shit. When you deal with made up stats and retcon, alternative facts, there, shit. So that's enough. you know, it's a tough thing for a space to have to deal with the slander that it gets, and for the amount of men who say fuck that shit and say things like, it's we're gonna do this anyway. That'll give you a little hope. That's all I'm saying. I ain't trying to give you hope. If you don't want me to give you hope, then shit, fine. Hey, we'll do this candidly. You know, I'm gonna stay true to my content. I don't appreciate the implication, and you know who you are, that I'm just here to make some money. I wanted to address that real quick. People going around saying y'all just here for money, y'all ain't really here to help. Hey, I'm here to help. Shit. Even if it's just to entertain you slightly. You know, Taking the edge off for a bunch of black men who are seemingly stressed is needed. And don't tell me a lot of you guys aren't stressed, because you are. I'm a little stressed too. Excuse me. If you're a black man in America, in Western culture, and you're not stressed, you're out of your goddamn mind. Seriously, if you sitting around here pretending like there's nothing wrong, then you're an idiot. Sorry, I have to put it to you that way. You're either an idiot. No, let me say it like Megatron. You're either lying or you're stupid. Seriously, if you're not enraged a little bit about something, and Shaka Nula, I agree with your last statement. Yeah, it does, but it just gets so it's not executed properly. If there were epic battles, like Goku versus Vegeta or some shit like that, then yeah, HNIC stuff will look a lot better. But it's just at a petty level right now. I mean, it's cool to look at, exchanges like, okay, let's go ahead and say names. Because, these are funny, even though it's a shame they happened. Exchanges like O'Shea and Ramil, has a tendency to be a little funny. And, everything that happens with the masculine mercenaries, which is quite amusing as well. But, but outside, yeah, let me stop with the name. See, look, I feel this way about a lot of content creators. Like, I mean, I'm just not gonna say all the names, but it's just that, it's just that sometimes that HNIC shit, keeps the space going. There's work to be done. Yeah, black men, there's work to be done. It is. Chaos Rain, what's going on? There's work to be done, but I just the space needs a little entertainment as well. I would hope so. Well, why y'all think hope is so bad? Do you think hope presents some kind of falsehood? That do you think you're being sold some bullshit and it's very costly to the more naive of us? Did some people like do they interpret hope preachers as somebody like a dating coach that gave you some bad advice? The only advice I give you with women is one of the things I would say is don't stop at one woman and act like your heart is broken. Just talk to as many fucking women as you can. And they always say for every 28, you're going to succeed with one or two. So don't worry about that. There are plenty of women on this planet. Plenty. Yeah, but I mean, was it a dating coach? What did he say? Hey, you know what, player? If you take my 5 step program, you can get you the kind of woman that you always dreamed of. Cause that's bullshit. I could have told you that, but we haven't known each other very long. So I mean, shit. I'm telling you right now, that's bullshit. And I'm sorry if dating coaches disagree. I mean, you need to make your money some kind of way. So I don't knock your hustle. I just believe that hey, you know what? It's a crapshoot when it comes to this world of dating and relationships. It's a carrot dangling in front of your face to keep the horse going. I don't. Okay, so if you're going to describe hope that way, I would describe a lot of things like that. If like I said, yeah, the hope preacher, if it is false, that shit is bullshit. But that would go with any bullshit doctrine. There are plenty of bullshit doctrines. Excuse me, that are in this space. But saying it's a bullshit doctrine is subjective. People co-sign with other ideologies they want to co-sign with, and to be against certain ideologies, I mean, that's cool too. I'm against certain ideologies, but and from my observation, hope preaching is the least of it. Roguish. What's going on, man? See you cranking up the broadcast on your channel, man. I try to tune in as much as possible. Go subscribe to Roguish. Go ahead, drop your link so people can find it as well in the chat. But you know, yeah. And I do understand a lot of this stuff that y'all take in. Y'all don't take a lot of this shit seriously. I get it. I mean, the things that we're entertained by. I mean, we don't take it seriously. We take it with a grain of salt. But it's like we all, and I see this in every space. We all have that one or two ideologies that we just hate. No, so it's normal shit. Um, yeah. I guess I can discuss what I came to the space looking for. I came to space just like a lot of young men or men in general would come looking, you know, come. Oh God, sorry. I came looking for answers. I came looking for answers. I came to see the points of view from black men from not just where I was from, but from different walks of life. And a lot of the stuff was piecing together that there was the unfairness in the court system and the general attitude that we have to deal with from not only a culture that has always demonized us but our own people. And a lot of this stuff was connecting, and it for me it connected to the point where is it had to be a way to address it. So I wasn't necessarily looking for a space, so to speak. I created a space to look for these answers, and uh, I did a Facebook group that grew to 30K. I mean, it's not 30K now; it's 25K. But you know, this I didn't put that group together to assault any part of the community, which was the accusation. I put it together so because I wanted to get the viewpoints of black men from different walks of life just to see what the situation is. What I did discover was made me have an even darker feel for what's going on in our community. Like, damn, I ain't know it was that bad. Shit. It's like, damn. It's like, I understand, like, you're inside of a Facebook group, but shit, like, y'all, this is, ooh, and people like, be like, it's just Facebook, it's just social media. This is how you motherfuckers really are. I know this is how I am. Shoot, I mean, not so, I mean, I may kind of, dig deep as far as my point of view, and sometimes some curse words come out, but shit, it's just like sometimes our people don't listen unless we curse, and it's just that's the truth. You could laugh it off all you want. You know, when a person says something like I'm just saying this to make you mad," that's a depressed ass motherfucker. I'm telling you, it's like you just say stuff to make people mad. Why? Because you feel mad. Because you need a hug around your neck or some shit. Like, go get one. Don't take it out on everyone else. But seriously, like, if what I see on social media is a reflection of the community, I see why a lot of y'all just like, man, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Hurry up and buy what's going on. I'm just saying. Everything. Every just oh the questions I had, the Chakanulu. Yeah, I have questions. Like, why are things so messed up? Why exactly from straight from the horse's mouths? Because we had plenty of black women in our group. Why is it that you feel like the black man doesn't deserve any respect, especially from you? I get all kinds of answers. I'm not worried about it. It's just that why would you ever come to a black man space to say the shit that you say? Why can't black men network? Why don't black people trust each other? Now the Manosphere meetup, kind of it I hear there's an effort to turn those kinds of narratives around, but we shall see. Those are always the three words. We shall see. Will we survive as a community if this keeps up? Those kinds of questions. Why do we vote Democrat? Still, I mean, I'm not saying vote conservative, vote Republican. According to conservatives, voting conservative is what's best for black people. And, there are some compelling arguments, and there are some arguments that people just generally do not understand that come from them. But, my suggestion is we got to try something new. I mean, for someone who's voted Democrat for most of his voting life, well, all of my voting life, I'm pretty disappointed. So we got to try something new. Like I just got questions, man. It ain't, all of them ain't necessarily about females. If it's about females, it's about black people. I will say that because black people includes black women, no matter what Vivica Fox says. Not questions like you know how some of y'all out there do. Not questions like, oh, why can't I get no pussy? Why is why do these women fuck Pookie? I mean, I already have those answers. I mean, people argue about that shit. I have new questions now. Why do we keep having this conversation? Not to say why do people still complain about submission? I'll put it to you like that. You can have any conversation, but why do women complain about submission? You don't have to submit. You don't have to. It's not something that someone is putting a gun to your head and say you got to submit unless they're breaking the law. Hopefully you don't end up like hope. There's that word. Hopefully you don't end up in that situation because it's money and wasting saliva. Yep. I'm just saying, like for me, for right now, for me to come on the air, it's not about the money. I don't mind making money from this, but like I have to bring you messages that are relevant to me not having to make money to bring you because and I have to keep it that way because if I were just doing it for the money I wouldn't be genuine. I'll just be like a lot of these motherfuckers on here. Fuck black women or fuck black men. you know, I don't know of any black YouTuber besides Tariq Nasheed that's really on the fuck WS train. Some of these folks be like fuck WS and be a part of WS. They'll say fuck WS and then be like, oh, black man, fuck you, you ain't shit, black man, black man. And if I see it where they doing fuck WS, oh, black women, then I'll let you know where that actual information comes from. I mean, I know, we have this sentiment that that BWs are generally white supremacists, which that does show in the rhetoric from maybe 90% of them on YouTube. A lot of, and I'm just going. This is just a little subtle dig. A lot of these men that are in this space be in those spaces too, low key support. But hey, you know what? There's some things that we just can't control. Just keep it real, keep it genuine. But If I could waste saliva saying 20, you know, hollow things, and I say one brilliant thing and you catch that one brilliant thing, then hey, the expenditure of the saliva was worth it. No, I know you ain't saying me in particular, man. I know you ain't saying me in particular. I speak generally. I mean, let me tell y'all something. I'm my own biggest critic. I could have somebody like a white side on my tail saying, "Oh, you ain't shit," blah blah blah. But let me tell you something about that kid. He will never be harsher than me on me. Seriously. So anybody, like I said, we keep it brutally honest in the chat, and I welcome people to do that kind of thing, even with each other. I want it. I want to keep it raw. I want to keep it honest. You don't have to kiss my ass. I mean, for real, you should be insulted by anyone that treats you like that. And I always say that. You will never be a bigger critic than I am on me. Never, ever. It's like, I don't care what you do, I don't care what you say. I mean, for real, when you form a Facebook group that gives black men, literally gives black men the platform to speak freely, and your own people come after you for it, your own people, black men and black women. A lot were black women, but a lot were black men too. Niggas scared, man. They scared to say stuff. But they'll say it to me. They'll come with the insults, the beratements, trying to Google my name, trying to look at my LinkedIn profile. I mean, seriously. Trying to dox phone numbers of my family members. Like, it has all happened before I came to YouTube. It's like, this was before YouTube. So, hey, you know what? The only thing about YouTube is that people had these 2 and 3 hour broadcasts or 4 hour broadcasts spent on one person. And I know it gets on that person's nerves. No matter how much of a hard shell that these people try to present, hell, that shit would get on my nerves as well. I mean, but don't make me famous. I already told you. If you've been tuning in to me, I've already told you everything you need to know. So you can pull up whatever you want. I've already said it. Not to say that you're not going to do it because I said that, but still, you cannot be any bad on me than I am on myself. I am hard on myself. I'm thinking about right now. I'm thinking about how I can improve as I speak. Right now, I'm speaking like that. Just like how can I say something better? How can I get better at this? You know. So hey, I'm up for the challenge. As long as I live and breathe, there'll always be something to accomplish, and you should think that same thing. You should always hope that you can do good. So there it is. There it is right there. So hey, it's been 51 minutes. Let me drop a link. I mean, and like I always said, somebody come up, somebody come up. If not, then hey, I'll continue to speak as long as I want to on this subject until I close out. So, thanks for tuning in. Hybrid Catastrophic Impact X83rd Power. Point them out, Big Kev. I mean, like, people, there's a lot of name calling and there's a lot of name saying and every other thing, and it's like, it's no, don't take it as insults. I didn't say that this person was a bitch ass nigga or whatever like that. I didn't say that. Now, if you make the mistake of doing something like DS1 did, if I show up and I disagree with you in your chat, I'm not necessarily trolling. It's just that, I would wish that someone would have the balls to push back on me if I were wrong. But, a lot of people don't like that. They don't like that, and then they try to call themselves going in on you, and then they make the mistake of calling me a gynocrat, which I'm the last motherfucker. Look, I'm very patriarchal. I don't have a problem with women in the space because if they're getting paid in this space, hey, it doesn't say anything about them. It says something about, you know, the people around them. So, hey, good luck to them. But if you haven't gotten a patriarchal message from me, I don't know if you're listening to the same guy speak that I'm listening to speak right now. It's just, so it's like this. I dealt with it in one video, and that was it. Yeah, a lot of dudes are too heavily invested in their content creators. I encourage anybody to be themselves, think with their own mind, because Kev is Kev, and Kev thinks with his own mind. I love interacting with people, but I'm not you. You're not me. But yeah, I mean, but still though, that's a great marketing strategy though. Shaka, Nulu, that's a great marketing strategy. Like for any content creator, they want the people to be heavily invested in them because keeps their cash flowing. My long term goal is ad revenue. Um, that's what my long term goal is. Ad revenue, keep the money flowing. And I haven't been paying much attention to my ad revenue until recently. I go into YouTube Studio, it tells you a lot, and I gotta just crank up the content, and I think I'll be okay. Especially if is one thing I noticed about YouTube is if you consistently pump out content, that YouTube will return the favor. And and it's like I came to the space just to be a part of something that be a part of getting the perspective out there. I would say getting the perspective out there. I mean, I just want to do it in a candid, brutally honest way because you don't see that. Like a person reporting news, and you it is you see that person, and maybe I'm using a couple of expletives, and everybody's like, damn, he's talking about the news, but he's using a couple of cuss words, which I'm not the first person that did that. There's like dozens of guys that have done this before me, but I just want to be able to articulate that to a broad audience. Manis, I would love for that audience to be manosphere. And to participate in the growth, and just to seek a even greater audience for the long-term habitual line stepper plan. Which is only beknownst to us habitual line steppers, but yeah, is that our it's very important that black men continue to make our voices heard, you know. And I really believe that it is starting to resonate because they got people gunning for us. They got a PhD, one of those, POCs, people of color. That they're not black, but they're not white either. They look kind of Muslim. And the thing that I don't like about shit like that is that other groups are in charge for some reason of how we should express our struggle as black men. Green Gorilla did a broadcast on it the other night, and I'll probably do some type of follow up, but dude just trying to get the word manosphere labeled hate speech. And what pisses me off about that is when I think about that, I start to go back to all the people that are black that are local to the space that says that this space is a space full of hate speech, and is we chicken out whenever some outside person says anything. Last time it was Mr. Fountain. Then all of these people all of a sudden disavowing the manosphere. disavowing the space. Then, it was now that this guy has said something, now I see why everyone is trying to say that, oh, they're gonna get the manosphere for hate speech, and they hate the manosphere because they're trying to distance themselves from the space for self-preservation purposes. It's called fear and cowardice. That's what that's called. Every time somebody says something, you run instead of defending, and that sucks. But hey, you know what? Whatever you got to do to protect your money, I mean, I'm cool with that. I'm not gonna fill that void for you if you lose your channel based on you standing by something or standing up for something. So you carry it how you want to carry it, content creator. But it's like to try to disparage the space as much as possible so these people can win. I believe that we as a space, as a manosphere, should be more adamant in defending it, especially from outside interest. And this is why a lot of people say that black men are alone in this, that we have no allies. And I get it. We don't have any allies. Nobody's coming to save black men. Black men have to be proactive and do this ourselves. I should hope so. Got people trying to get manosphere labeled hate speech. So you got the same number of coward ass people, and that's what they are. Yeah, I get it. They hate about guys in the space speak out about the bullshit in the space. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I get that my thing is, I get the opinion that yes, this space does, as far as the look of how the space is on YouTube, that there might be a few issues that need to be addressed. I've already said that you don't want to always hear about certain things like dudes complaining about women. That's a very popular conversation though. Dudes complaining about women. I hear that conversation actually more than dudes actually complaining about women. And that conversation happens 20 to 30 times a fucking week. These dudes, man, be complaining about women, man. God damn these dudes, man. But you can't just say stuff like, we can't say nothing because somebody pushes back. I mean, it's just somebody pushing back. That's all it is. Is as normal as apple pie, I guess. Like, just if I push back, and that's what happened between me and DS1. If I push back on your constant complaining about the manosphere, which is, like I said, they're like 20 to 30 broadcasts combined, and I know because they're on my feed every time I look on my cell phone. And the next question is, why would that be in my algorithm? Because these are people that are within this space that I am subscribed to. And whether I agree or disagree with the content, I at least try to support its algorithm by giving it a view. I'll tune in for about 5 or 10 minutes. But when I tune in for about 5 or 10 minutes and I feel as if the content creator is off in their speech, I might push back a little bit. And what usually happens is uh, uh, I get timed out, which is quite normal when you go in certain spaces. I'm not, man, what the fuck you time me out for? I used to be like that, but I'm just like, look, if you time me out, whatever. I mean, just it just discourages me from coming to your chat. But I don't believe that if people want to want to say stuff about the space that we're supposed to be so proud of, then people who actually like the space should be able to push back. You know, it doesn't have to be oh my god, the manosphere just hates every goddamn. You know, a lot of people don't like the pushback of let's say when someone says something bad about the space, then someone says, well, you're not really looking at the space. There are people in the space that are good, that that you could check out. There are bad things about the space. So I agree that we shouldn't avoid the bad things. It's called accountability. We preach accountability, right? So within the space, like, I like the space. I do like the space. I do. I think the space has amazing potential. But if we're going to, like I said, preach, there's that word. If we're going to preach accountability, we need to be accountable for ourselves. Like, okay, if you hate, like I said, we should be a group of men to the point where if you hate what this content creator is saying, if you're tired of that content creator constantly talking about women, you should be able to go in this content creator's chat and be like, wow, you're talking about women again? God damn. And you know what? The content creator themselves should be held to the highest standard. Okay, this person is pushing back. That person runs a risk of being timed out for that pushback, but hey, you shared your true, honest opinion. Everyone ain't supposed to agree with me. That's what I hate about people, like, especially on Facebook. People act like every time they make a post or a status that everyone is supposed to agree with them. I mean, what kind of shit is that? You're not a perfect person. No one is. If you're tired of a person talking about black men ain't shit. Now, here's what I do understand. A lot of those spaces that do that are female spaces. And yes, female spaces give you no mercy, period. A lot of guys don't understand why we're so merciful toward females when females are merciless toward us in their spaces. A black female centric Facebook group I have no problem getting kicked out of within seconds of making a comment because I pushed back on something that they said that was utterly stupid. Yeah, you can't go in female spaces and expect to be treated fairly. I mean, but hey, we're men, we're not females. So if we believe that the ideal space is one where you don't get timed out in, then why can't I make my space like that? A lot of people believe that I should be just as ruthless as the females. I am just as ruthless. I'm more ruthless, but you know, I want the audience to have a show. A lot of you guys don't understand that. If you want to go spend all that time believing that those females in those spaces that tune you out in a heartbeat are going to actually listen to you, go right ahead. If you want to get mad at getting timed out in one guy's space, shit. I could be plenty mad with a lot of these content creators for me getting timed out in their space, but it's a waste of goddamn time. But men have to be better than women. Sorry. A lot of you don't believe that. A lot of people want to hear that, bitches ain't shit. A lot of bitches ain't shit. It's just what it is. And their space and a lot of their spaces ain't shit either. And that's just what it is. But don't but if you want to create the idea space, then why not start with spaces like these? I try to welcome the opinion. I try to welcome the difference of opinion. But hey, you know what? I can only do so much. So no, I don't believe in the echo chamber, Sakanulu. I don't. I know you'll say things that'll push back against me. So I mean, I don't have any problem with that. I don't. Now, if a moderator starts acting uppity, then I just then I'll straighten it up with that moderator. Shoot. Anthony Drosos, what's up? Yeah, some black spaces are hideous. Some black FB spaces, yeah. Black Facebook groups, man, hell no. Like they're female. Facebook is a female friendly app. I'll say that is a very feminist, very social justice, female friendly app. You know, you'll run into more bitter baby mamas, more tragic stories, more simps. You'll run into all of that on Facebook. That's why I don't care about what kind of like I care about what I'm saying in posts, but I'm very brutal on there because it's like it just like I really hate to put it like this, but I'm like a lot of people are just stupid. God damn, just it's like wow, it's people will people will convince you their made up little stat is accurate, and then you put it up against real information and they'll discard it because they don't want to believe it. And this a lot of this comes from females. And I'm sitting there and these guys, I get it. That's when I start to get the whole hope thing. You want us you want them to come to the table. You want them to come to the table. I said hell no. Hell no. A lot of them, oh, like when somebody has that discussing a point of view, no, fuck them bitches. Shit, I've seen some very disgusting things being said about black men. Now, for the disgusting things that are said about black women, yeah, I've seen that too. And a lot of that comes from some weirdos. These guys are weird. Like these are the kind of guys that'll drop lines and they'll drop a really nasty line in their DM. Like fuck you, bitch. I hope you get hit by a bus. I've seen shit like that. And them little girls, even though, and I say little girls, but I'm speaking more mentally. Some of these women are 30 years old, 40 years old, and if you want to hold an older woman to a higher standard, don't come to that group. You'll see a lot of older biddies that just complain and complain because they got to that point in their lives where they haven't found true happiness and they project that shit. Man, it's wow. Shit. There's people, boy, I tell you the truth. So I get it. I get it. I would use the next salt fallacy and say all women aren't the same, but it's just it is. I get it. A lot of in most, maybe if not all of this, we can't worry about the women. We can't hope that they'll fall in line because there's too much shit out there for them. And I'll explain that in my broadcast tomorrow night. I didn't want to tackle the hoes be winning shit. I didn't, but I just wanted to go ahead and give my point of view. You know, just, and that's going to be tomorrow night. Just okay. Well, here, let me weigh in on the hoes be winning. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Your generation did not coin the term or the phrase, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. And I'll just leave it at that. I'll do the rest tomorrow night. But I get it. If someone is making you hope that if you shame them enough, that they'll come back to the table, if someone trying to make you believe that, I understand where your frustration is coming from. Because even I'm gonna say, man, fuck them bitches. If there are any women that do genuinely support black men, my suggestion is that you return the attitude in kind, but for the ones that we can't reach, fuck them bitches. Seriously, like it's like for real. I'm trying to raise my kid to believe that yes, you can choose to have certain attitudes. I mean, throughout whatever your experiences are, and I may be saying this as a black man that hasn't felt much empathy from people. And I mean, like, that's cool. That's cool. I can live with that. I'm not crying all over myself. Oh my God, they don't feel no empathy for me. I just understand what the situation is. I want to have her understand that, hey, look, you can choose to be a certain way. Knowledgeable King Judah, you can come back tomorrow night because I have those same sentiments. I have plenty of them. I've been thinking about this shit all week, man. I'm just like, wow, I really want to have fun giving my perspective on that. The hoes be winning shit, you know. And, you know, it may not be what you think. You know, a lot of people would probably expect me to come on here and just be like, oh, hell no, them hoes ain't winning. God damn. You know. But here's one thing you have to understand. When people create realities in their heads, they can find a way to win. I mean, you know, as jacked up and as baseless as that sounds, hey, you know, for it, stranger things have happened. Shit like that can work. Like shit, like I said, I'll explain it tomorrow night because I'm coming up with more ideas. Because I want, it's like when I do broadcasts, like a lot, like I've had part twos and part threes before, but some things I just want to say one time, and that's I just want to say that one time. Legitimate processor, what's going on? Yeah, I don't know. Just hoping that black men can communicate better, especially on a platform such as this. My dream and my hope is solidarity. You know, yes, the HNIC stuff does is quite entertaining at times. You know, and a lot of people believe that solidarity is boring, but those are the enemies of progress. Man, I can't stand the enemies of progress. Like, damn, solidarity is boring. I want me some conflict. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a warrior's position. There has to be a fight somewhere. I get that. I get the warrior's position. The competitiveness. If you're not competing with something, you gave up. You got to at least compete with yourself to become better each day. Do better than the guy that went to sleep yesterday. Be the make sure the guy that wakes up is much better than the guy that went to sleep last night. All right. Hope is a four-letter word in this space. Like the carrot dangling. Yeah. Here's another complaint I've heard that we're telling people. Well, I'm not saying that I'm one of these alleged hope preachers, but a lot of these guys are telling men to marry single mothers. The way to save the community is to marry single mothers. And I heard one particular content creator say that stupid shit. Like, man, no, no. Let's get people to make better decisions first. Oh, the dick was good and I couldn't check it for a condom. So, baby, that's not good enough. Oh yeah, even though there's a history of men who stayed in poverty situations and dug themselves out and became successes, I couldn't do that. It's called an excuse. Let's get people to make better decisions. It'll be easier to hope that way. Yeah. So anyway, hope y'all Saturday was good. I mean, uh, you know, for some it was championship day in college football. The Southeastern Athletic Conference, well, the Southeastern Conference, the SEC. That's the one I'm tied to. Uh, Iron Bowl was draining as fuck last week. Like, yeah, I'm from Alabama, and there was a content creator, BGS, that said that Alabama people were something special. Because he was in an exchange with Grown Man Business on Edward Anderson's channel last Monday. I want to know what he meant by that. Not that I take offense to people who have their opinions about Alabama, but hey, I don't just go around talking about states. I understand. Like, what if I said New York was whack? A lot of New Yorkers would be like, hey, nigga, and I understand that. I respect that, you know. But hey, I'm just, is it a positive thing or is it a negative thing? It's no gripe to BGS. Prepper 101, what's going on? I ain't even shit. I ain't even no grown man business was from Alabama. So hey, shit. But the Alabama thing, Alabama and Auburn. I had to choose. We have to choose one school. You know, Either we choose to root for Alabama or we choose to root for Auburn, and that's probably the best rivalry in college football. Not only college football, probably the best rivalry in sports. Period. Shoot, in professional sports, shit. Like that is a rivalry that runs deep. And last week, the score was 24-22. One of the best defensive contests I ever seen in any college foot. Well, uh, maybe in the top five. Very defensive. There has never been an overtime in the history of the Iron Bowl until last week, and that game went into quadruple overtime. I was like, wow. So today was the championship, and as usual, Alabama runs over Georgia. It's like no matter how good Georgia is, no matter how good Georgia is, they always snake bitten when they play Alabama. I'm like, are you guys serious? No matter how good you are that year, you can't ever beat Alabama. Damn. I don't like the Crimson Tide. I respect the athleticism. I respect what Nick Saban has done with the program, but god damn, it's like teams be fucking up, and Auburn came really close to beating them last week for a team that wasn't ranked. It's like what I like about that rivalry is the fact that no matter how high one team is, the other team rises to the occasion and just makes it an epic showdown. Some years, for most years I've been alive, that's been the case. Some years, like 2008, it wasn't. But yeah, let me get back to the topic at hand. Cortez Smith, what's going on? Yeah, I'm gonna go back and look at some of the earlier comments. You know, I might have forgotten what I said when those comments were made, but hey, let's go back and look at them anyway. But hope is a four-letter word in this space. No, you should never be misled, and you should always have the right to call out being misled. But we, what I do appreciate about the space right now is that the space seems to be going to a transition of leveling up. So there are many positive things that are to come, but like I said much earlier in this broadcast, we shall see. We shall see. So yeah. So anyway, is okay. So for the ones that's gonna catch this replay later, or any content creators um, that do kind of like are against the whole hope thing, the only regret that I have is that I haven't reached those content creators yet. So I could have had a conversation with them about this, but maybe one day. It's just it's just that I just don't believe that this is the worst conversation you can have in this space. You know, I believe that there are much worse conversations in this space that are being had that is to the detriment of the image of the black man. If I ever am guilty of preaching hope, is because I do think about the image of the black man. Shoot, in fact, I was just thinking today, I myself, I could be a little healthier. I could be doing a little more, to, positively affect my community. Shit. I mean, there's always room to do more. I mean, shoot. And yeah, I do worry about the image of the black man. I do worry about us not, we as black men not fully being in charge of that image. War Casualties was going on. War Casualty says, don't forget about Free Speech Avenger. It's the only platform black men will have once YouTube starts deleting channels again. Go donate. You will regret not having it when it's gone. Yeah, Free Speech Avenger. Yeah, is turning into a donation only platform. And one thing that I do hate about black platforms, they do not last long because they don't get enough support from black people. Like they don't. It's just like like I say, if YouTube is bigger, have more reach and more options for you to make money, then a lot more black people are going to be on YouTube. Free Speech Avenger, they're struggling right now. And yes, in a perfect world, if we were all to support Free Speech Avenger, it could hang on. But we I don't want it like and I even believe like maybe I should make time to go ahead and support Free Speech Avenger. This making content thing, like content creators. I'm gonna tell y'all just like this about your average content creator. It does take work to it does take work to come up with content, even if you're doing just like this, just putting up an avatar on StreamYard and speaking. That takes effort. And so I can only imagine the ones that put actual production value. The one that makes sure that their backdrops are correct. you know it just there is an effort to that should not be ignored. But according to some of the vitriol that is placed upon the space, which there's nothing wrong with setting expectation. you know we're gonna have to, like I said, we're gonna have to level up sooner or later. We're gonna have to level up. So anyway, I'm about done with this. I pretty much said everything I'm going to say. When I do broadcasts, it's not to scold anyone, because what would be the point in that? It'd just be like acting like a grumpy old man. I'm pretty chill. It's like I could take pleasure in, someone else's thought process, well, dumping on someone else's thought process, which works, you know, but I don't like, I just like saying, hey, you know what? I disagree with this. This is what it is. This is why I disagree. And you can disagree with it, or you can agree to disagree. Peter Frank was Names are dropping by Peter Frank. Say why should any black space make money? Why? Whose rule is that black male spaces should make money? Who made that rule? I don't know. I was hoping that line of questioning is sarcasm. You know, it's like, look, it's in a perfect ideal world. You know, everyone always, they do this virtue signaling, like, support black businesses, support black platforms. I mean, and in a perfect world, yes, we should do that as a people, as black men. We should be able to assemble like Voltron and help brothers in need. Help something grow for once. You know, it's just like it's just like getting this expensive education and taking your talents away from us, away from blacks, taking it somewhere else. In a perfect world, we would like for all these people to stay, and it's a great idea. But still, look, like I said, look at BlackPlanet.com. Back in the early 2000s, people just rather been on Facebook. So, is is why should black male spaces make money? Because we need our voice out there. Shit is needed. Is needed. I don't think that we should be in the wheelchair. Peter Frank said, "Get a job." I have a job. I have a job. I mean, I'm just don't. I'm not, like I said. It's not about the money with me. My ad revenue for last month was $10. It's like, good luck surviving off that. The man said, "Get a job." It's like, y'all say this bullshit every fucking time. But see, the problem with ignorant ass shit like that is that we have no problem with any group of people coming on these platforms and making millions, but you want to bitch about a black person doing it. A black man especially. I don't like shaming motherfuckers for making money. That's whole shit. It is. It's whole shit. You should want people to be successful no matter what they do. So what's your ideal of getting a job? Going to a 9 to 5? Anybody can do that. Going to sign up for a fast food restaurant. Black people shame that shit. Y'all shame restaurant workers. And y'all talk about get a fucking job. Y'all shame any profession you feel like the people don't make that much money in. But see, when people come to YouTube and make some money, people like you want to say get a fucking job. Suck everybody's dick. Like, seriously. I mean, if you trolling, you trolling. Hey, that's what it is. It's like, for real. It's like, if you making money on this platform right here, I love it. I love it. Congratulations. Marquise Brownlee, you spelt it wrong. You got his last name right, but his name is Marquise Brownlee. He does tech reviews. He's been at it for a long time, and the kid is very, very successful. Proud of that shit. But you're not bringing up this name. You're not bringing up this name just to make excuses for what you just said. Like somebody else can't make no money doing this. Like, damn. If somebody making money off super chats, congratulations. You making money off cash apps, congratulations. Ad revenue, congratulations. But the money is there to be made. We as black men should be looking for any way to create generational wealth. Whether it be through the suggestions made at the Manosphere meetup, get into IT, get into real estate, or coming to a platform like this and going viral. You can make money off that, and then you can invest. You can start a business. Shit, there are other options out there besides just simply going to get a job to make some corporate fat ass in an office at the top floor of some expensive building. You know, there's other things to do besides making that motherfucker successful while you just take home the bare minimum. And what it is that black men for too fucking long have accepted the bare minimum. So if I could make YouTube my job, I would. Like I said, I have a job because it seemed like the average YouTuber that dedicates themselves, they can make a good amount of money. A guy named Poor Man's Podcast did it in less than a year. But, it's just right place, right time. And the kid put in a lot of effort. He has the personality for it. That gives guys hope. Now, for me to put all my eggs in the YouTube basket, I'm not saying this to slight any of the current successful content creators, but I can't do that right now. I mean, I have many cool things planned because I have a Patreon too. But hey, until those dollars start rolling in like that, it's regular employment for me. Shit. And I like YouTube. I love YouTube. I love being able to edit videos and put it up there. And then it's like, it actually looks like something when I see it on the screen. I was like, I did that with a simple little video editor. Yeah. Oh, this is the pushback I was looking for. He was at Stop Trying to Fix Black Society for Profit. We had enough Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Tariq Nasheed. All names that I said earlier in this broadcast. Yeah. But see, here's the thing. For look, you don't have to give any of these guys money. You don't. A man can or a woman can do anything they want with their money. They can. But you can't knock people for putting money in those places. You can't. What the hell are you looking for from these people? What did we actually look for from Al Sharpton? What did we actually look for from Jesse Jackson? What did we actually look for from Tariq Nasheed? Besides tuning into a broadcast. At least he's doing something. What are you doing right now? And I mean, like, I don't want to be the what are you doing person, complaining. Yeah, but I won't knock anyone that's coming up here making money. I won't do it. I can't do it. I can't be against a black person being successful finding a hack. You got people in this space that's already making money doing other things. They dedicate their time and effort to doing something that they love. As like, I'm not gonna speak for other content creators and say what they're doing as a hobby. A lot of content creators take this thing seriously. There are a few content creators that actually do this for a living. You can't sit up there and say that you can't do YouTube for a living because you actually can. So stop hating. The people in the music industry, there are a bunch of idiots that have $1 million contracts that take pictures of stacks of money as money phones, and then they end up with bullets in them. And they're supported. So, I mean, hey, it is whatever. Okay, that's your opinion. Two first names, Peter Frank. Hybrid says some people have miserable lives that they go out of their way to troll and disrespect others. Misery loves company. Dude, shut the fuck up. Hey, and that's why these conversations are so fun. I can't see timing out from StreamYard. I hope nobody timed him out. Please do not time these people out. I'll go back and look in a second, but look, look, for all of the level of bullshit that is preached in these spaces, hope is the least of it. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow night. When I start talking, when I give my take, when I weigh in on the whole Holesby winning thing. And hey, you know what? I'm going to be a little calmer than everyone else is. And, I'm going to give my perspective. And you know what I might end up doing? I might end up letting you decide if hoes are winning or not. But anyway, this is Kev, and this is BMBBH. Black man, black men being brutally honest. Um, Thank you once again for attending this broadcast, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. Long live the habitual line steppers. Till next time.